Welcome to existential sewing. No, I'm not gonna look at the right spot in the camera because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm Katie. I like to make things to cope with my existence. Dropped 20 bucks on them. I did find a coupon. I've been currently using this giant white thread spool, which is really great when you first start out sewing, but you can't use that on everything. So I needed some colors to spice things up. I got some more elastic and we're gonna be making some scrunchies because I am very much a beginner. I got this sewing machine for free basically through just like asking around for people who happen to have one, and I struck out. So I literally didn't use it for a year and I've picked it up recently and it's a lot of fun. Great for existentialism. You really gotta focus or you'll get the needle in your hand, so it like really distracts your brain. First things first, I need to change because I'm extremely overstimulated. I am being slowly consumed by stress, which means I need to create. I'm going to use the white thread as much as I can, and then visible stuff I'm going to use this because there is specifically scrunchies, which is what I'm going to be making. There's that like inside seam that you can't see, so I'm going to use white thread for that and this for the closing part. I feel like this is a little window into my soul, kind of a cute layout, but you got my cat's tail. Welcome to sewing in existential crisis. I did have to practice saying that. We're gonna be using some upcycled fabric. Some of it's a mix of clothes that I no longer wear and I want to do something with them, or they like no longer fit me, and some of it's fabric that I have thrifted. Highly recommend going to like the bins or something like that for this because thrift stores are extremely overpriced right now and you can get a little bit more of a deal there. I know people are scared of the resellers being there. Honestly, there were some people there when I went, but you do not need to fear them. If you have that confidence, you cannot be touched. I do have 2 white cats, just so you're not confused. It was kind of funny to me, honestly. As long as you don't show fear, they can't hurt you. Okay guys, come on, you're completely blocking my shot. Okay, this is awesome. Anyways, the great thing about looking for fabric at the bins is you're not looking for like a perfect garment or clothing item, and you can use bed sheets, you can use whatever. You're just looking for something that has potential, and there's a lot of stuff that gets left behind because people are looking for more like items to resell, but you're looking for items to recycle and upcycle. So I found some fun fabric and we're gonna use that. I love recycled fabric. Is anyone's cat like literally trying to murder them if they have any type of long string near them? Alright, so we got our pile of fabrics. I'm so tired. When I put that near my face, I kind of wanted to go to sleep. I don't know which ones I want to use yet. I kind of want to like curate a little assortment. No, please do not like that. This is what we're working with. If you're trying to find some like beginning supplies, honestly, I would just start out as small as possible because you don't want to invest a lot of money into a hobby that you're not sure that you like yet. So like start small. I got this little sewing kit from Michael's, I think, for like $1 $6-7, and it has everything you need for the most part. This I did buy. It's like a little pencil to mark on fabric. It was pretty cheap, and I have now invested in some sewing chalk, which I haven't tried out a lot yet, so we're gonna see what we think. But it basically comes with some pins, some safety pins, some needles, a seam ripper, very essential when you're starting out. I bought the elastic separately for the scrunchies. And then it comes with some different colored threads, good for like some finishing touches, for hand sewing, a little tomato to stick your stuff in. But yeah, I basically got this and then some new scissors because you really want just some sharp scissors. And it also came with this measuring tape. My cortisol is feeling high and my serotonin is low. So we're gonna cut these out while we watch some TV and have a snack. And maybe some caffeine, even though that's probably not gonna help. Ignore my washing machine. This is today's energy drink of choice. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I've recently gotten into energy drinks and it's a problem. But this was 99 cents at Aldi. Yeah. So mango, I liked the fruit punch one a lot. It was pretty yummy, but they're out of it now. So the mango's still pretty good. This will be the only caffeine I consume today, or else I will die. I'm normally a matcha girl, but I just need something stronger today.
Looks nice, but they still don't look much like food. No, Valley, wait!
I have returned. So I've cut a bunch of fabric. We're ready to go. Yeah. 5 by 22 a visual. Now I do need to cut some elastic. We're gonna use what we have first before I break into my new package. I just don't like when scrunchies are too tight on your wrist. I feel like that's very uncomfortable. So let me check this measurement for y'all. 8 inches is what the tutorial says, but I think I'm gonna go closer to 9 because I just hate it being super tight. I don't know, 8.5, that's what I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go 8.5. I'm just gonna ramble while I'm cutting this. I haven't been feeling very good today. I don't feel good most days, to be honest. I think that is just a side effect of being a part of our current society, especially as someone who naturally leans towards more creative pursuits. Honestly, I think deep down everyone is creative, but it comes out in different ways, and some people have it as more of like just a part of their need to exist. I just feel like my brain isn't working very well. I'm really tired all the time. I think a lot of people are. An unfortunate consequence of working constantly. And it's not constantly, like today I have the day off and I'm very lucky. and I do work the occasional half day during the week. But I gotta make that rent. And currently my rent is basically my entire paycheck. So it leaves me always kind of worried when the end of the month approaches. Like these scrunchies, I'm gonna be selling them. And I know, you know, scrunchies aren't gonna pay my rent, but honestly, this is a hobby that I enjoy. And I'm always in this like constant dilemma of, should I commodify everything in my life? Like, even filming this has been a bit of a struggle for me because it just is like, it does not come naturally. I like to not be perceived, especially if you work in customer service. You might understand this, especially if you're a little non-neurotypical. I don't like to be perceived in my free time. But I also like to challenge myself, and that's where I kind of have to look at the Venn diagram of challenging myself versus commodifying myself. So like for scrunchies, I think this is more challenging myself because this is something I enjoy. I like turning stuff that would otherwise be wasted into new things. Like the only new stuff I had to buy was this elastic, and I would love to be able to find a craft store where I could like, or this time I know there's secondhand craft stores, there's none in my area, but I'd love to do that in the future. So I'm trying to find that balance right now. But I think it's part of being in your 20s, as people say. I'm currently 23. Very mysterious time indeed. I graduated kind of early for for the rest of my class, I guess. So I've had my bachelor's for like the past 2 years. And if you're in college right now and you're not like going into extreme debt, because I was lucky enough to have a lot of scholarships, please take your time. There's no rush, especially if you're getting money back from the school. Yeah, so I'm still confused on what exactly I want to be doing. And that's why I think I feel like I'm never at rest, even when I do have the opportunity to, because I'm always thinking about what I should be doing. And there is nothing I should technically be doing. You know, I keep up with my life regimens, I do my chores, blah blah blah. But like right now, I'm about to start volunteering for a crisis line, which I don't know how that's gonna be. I'm in crisis myself sometimes, but I'm hoping I can help some people because I got a bachelor's in psychology, and my ultimate goal is to go to grad school to be a counselor, but that can be quite competitive. And unfortunately, I was a shy little baby at the beginning of my college experience, and my college experience was quite fast because I started in 2020. And so I think it wasn't as natural to like form relationships with the professors, and I was really still growing out of being shy. So I don't have a lot of relationship with professors. I didn't get any like research experience, which people love on grad school applications, so I'm kind of just trying to figure it out on my own. And then there's still this part of me that's like, is this what I really want? And that I do not know. So I kind of just gotta keep going one day at a time and see what happens, and do my silly little crafts, because ultimately I think this type of stuff is as important as anything else. It's just kind of been undervalued in society because it's normally like the unseen people who are doing this type of stuff, people who shouldn't be doing this type of stuff, like children and underpaid women in bad working conditions. So perhaps this is my contribution to dethroning Shein. I'm also in this dilemma where I feel like I need to like choose what creative hobby I like the most and like either turn it into a job or make it my identity. And I'm like constantly switching between stuff. Like I've gone from painting to making more like clay stuff to filming. I was really into photography for a long time and I'd like to get back into it one day. And recently it's been sewing and writing. And as a kid, I really loved writing, and I would just like do it for fun, for no reason. I'm sure a part of me like dreamed of being a secret little author who makes millions. Like I think I never read it, but I think the Aragon series was written by a very young person. I'm sorry, I never read it, but I remember hearing about that when I was young and being like, maybe that could be me. And now I'm like, wait, I really do like writing. It would honestly be my dream career. But it's really hard for me to think about that when I'm constantly stressed about what's going on in the world, in my life. I think that's another struggle with creative pursuits is they don't feel particularly important. I know that's kind of sad, and some people probably don't think that. I certainly don't think that deep down. Like if someone else were to pursue something creatively, I would think they're awesome. But when it comes to myself, I'm like, girl, you're not changing the world by doing this. Like, I mean, the first thing that honestly comes to mind is I'm like, I should be in another country helping people. It's all very confusing. For writing, at least, the justifications I can come up with for why it is helpful to the world is that it provides, a form of escape, a form of joy, something for people to look forward to and see themselves in and just like have fun. Because I do think when you're able to be in that state, you are more helpful to the world. Because if you're like depressed, your energy's only gonna last for so long, coming from personal experience. But I think right now I'm trying to come to terms with, if I do really want to do writing, I need to kind of teach myself that it's important, because I won't be able to fully pursue it if I think it's a waste of time, which I don't. It just feels like it's not enough for me to be doing. And then when I think like that, I end up doing nothing, which guess what? Is even less helpful to the world. So you might as well do something. I don't know. My brain's been very melancholy in my 20s. These fabrics took so long to cut out because cutting it in straight lines does not come naturally to me, unfortunately. I remember in like, what grade was it? 5th grade. I was about to throw this on the floor. I'm gonna have to throw it away. Still landed on the floor. Oops. I remember in 5th grade, this like boy who was kind of preppy popular recut our like poster project that we had been assigned to do together with someone else because I had not cut the line straight enough. And I got so mad because I'm like a perfectionist. And also I was very shy, so that was kind of random for me to get so mad. But I think I just felt like a failure. And it haunts me to this day because I still can't cut straight lines. I really need to look up if this is supposed to go like this or like this. So I've rambled enough. I'm gonna come back when I have all these pinned. So right now, I've been pairing the edges of my fabric together because what we're gonna be doing is sewing the short edges. So, like this. You're gonna put the right sides together, so the pretty side. Then I'm just pinning it temporarily to keep it together, but you're gonna sew along here. I'm drinking more energy. I'm drinking. Okay, it feels so anxious. Like my bobbin's gonna run out soon. So that'll be a lot of fun whenever that happens. I totally have it in me to change it. Don't forget to do that reverse stitch. I forget way too often. All right. It's stuck. It's stuck. All gonna be alright. Don't kill yourself. Cut those loose threads. So here we have it sewed together like that. Time for the burrito method. So basically you're gonna be folding. Let me get that a little more. You're gonna fold this inward like that until you kind of just have the edges, that inside part protected. So you go from there to here. Oh my gosh, it's coming apart. You move from here to here. It's kind of hard to do at this angle. So you got that back half now up top, this part, and your little inside is tucked in. I'm sorry if that was terrible. Look up the burrito method. And basically you're going to sew along this edge. So you're basically pulling this. It's hard to do it with one hand, but you're pulling this until you can get more fabric to go along this edge. This isn't a tutorial. Like I said before, this isn't a tutorial, but I kind of feel like I gotta tell y'all what's going on. When you get to the end, your previous sewing will come back up, and you're just gonna want to leave a little gap. So you've been sewing along this edge, and you're leaving a little gap. Please look up a tutorial. This is terrible. This is where the magic happens, though. So basically, you're gonna reach inside. Oh. There's gonna be a little tube that you can pull right out. And voila. This, where the hole is, you're gonna need 2 safety pins. 2 safety pins. One of your pieces of elastic. And you're gonna put a safety pin on each edge. I drank too much energy drink. I feel so anxious. Normally, food can fix my anxiousness because sometimes I just I'm not eating enough, but I'm not even hungry. Anyways, so you're gonna take one end of your elastic and kind of just feed it through. All right, so you got your 2 ends fed through each side, and you're done with those for now. If you have pets, make sure you're not leaving any needles around. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but some people's pets be crazy and try to eat needles, so always make sure you're putting them away. But you're basically gonna tie a knot. You kind of basically at your scrunchie. Oh, that's cute. I'm glad I chose this fabric. Now all you have is this one little edge to sew up. I like the burrito method because it only leaves you with this one little edge, which you can kind of flip to the inside and you just don't really notice it. But the other methods, you have to sew all the way around, and it's just not as cute. So I sewed it up on this line, and you can't really see it. And I'm just gonna turn it to the inside of the scrunchie so it's even less apparent. And here I have 7 more to go. Hi. Hi. Hello, it's the next day. I have completed the scrunchies. I'm in that sort of mood where I've changed 3 times because nothing just feels correct, so I'm refilming this because I couldn't get over it. But the scrunchies are complete, and that's what matters. We got our cutesy yellow, very cute, one of my favorites. Deep purple with some little flower patterns on it. Oh, our pink with also some cutie little flower patterns. And then our little blue-green moment. Very fun. I need to take all the cat hair off of them. It's inevitable. But yeah, a lot of fun. Great beginning sewing project. I highly recommend. Here's a little fit check since I changed 3 times already because nothing felt right. I got some cutie little flower earrings on in honor of follicular phase. Oh yeah. Cute little rings. A little scrunchie. I got some fun purple pants on. I never wear these because I thrifted them a very long time ago. This tank top I cropped a long time ago from Target, like 5 years ago. And this sweater I think was from my mom in high school. Thanks for watching. Join me in capitalistic dread soon. Keep creating.